Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Rounding a float, or double, to an integer in Java can be accomplished in several ways, depending on how you want to handle the rounding. Below are the most common methods to round a floating point number to an integer. Hashtag methods to round a float to an int in Java. 1. Using math.round, this method rounds the float to the nearest integer. If the fractional part is 0.5 or greater, it rounds up, otherwise, it rounds down. 2. Using int casting, this method truncates the decimal part and simply returns the integer part of the float. It does not round but simply discards the fractional part. 3. Using math.floor, this method rounds down to the nearest integer. It always returns the largest integer less than or equal to the float. 4. Using math.ceil, this method rounds up to the nearest integer. It always returns the smallest integer greater than or equal to the float. Hashtag code examples. Here's a Java program demonstrating all the methods mentioned above. Hashtag explanation of the code. 1. Math.round, this method is used to round a float to the nearest integer. It returns an int. 2. Int casting, this casts the float to an int, effectively truncating the decimal part. 3. Math.floor, this method returns the largest integer less than or equal to the float. The result is cast to an int. 4. Math.ceil, this method returns the smallest integer greater than or equal to the float, also cast to an int. Hashtag output of the program. When you run the program, you should see output similar to this. Hashtag conclusion. Each method serves a different purpose depending on how you want to handle the rounding. Math.round is generally the most commonly used method for rounding to the nearest integer. Use casting if you need to simply drop the decimal part, and use math.floor, or math.ceil, if you need to always round down or up, respectively.